I'd say if you're a parent and if you need a reason not to look forward to Christmas when the big day comes, probably this would be it. So hey, it's Harry Husky, and as you can tell from the shirt that I'm wearing, and of course the Santa hat and the Christmas attire that's probably not in the background, but it will be seen in a couple of videos I will be releasing, yes, it is officially Christmas time. And at this time of year, I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes out, the mad rush in the shops will start. I mean, from now to Christmas Eve, all the high streets will be packed, and for anyone working in retail, it'll be an absolute nightmare for them. And I do wish you luck if you are watching this and working in retail. And speaking of which, all of these shops, regardless of what they are, will be filled with toys for Christmas. Some are bad, some are good, and some should have been kept far away from the designing phase as far as possible. And I'm about to show a couple of examples. Well, I say a few examples. Now, I'm not going to be going into high detail about the toys that I mentioned, because I feel like there's people who have said everything that they can already about them, and I don't want to end up saying the same stuff everyone else has been already. But I will be kind of talking about why these toys shouldn't even be a thing in the first place. But let's just get on to the first example. So the first example, which I'm sure most of you may have heard of by now, is the dreaded Gotta Go Flamingo.
It's Gotta Go Flamingo!
Uh-oh, gotta go! Uh-oh, gotta go!
He talks,
I'm so hungry.
he eats, and he poops!
Uh-oh, gotta go!
Quick, the toilet!
Gotta go!
Then pour, feed, and poop again!
Uh-oh, gotta go!
It's Gotta Go Flamingo! Out now from Moose!
Uh-oh, gotta go!
I mean, the very first obvious question is, why and who would even think of even making a toy like this? And what kind of focus group did they get? Obviously of kids, but what kind of kids did they get when they were asking and researching into building something like this? I mean, put yourself in the situation of the flamingo. You're sat on the toilet and you have to be fed this thing or whatever it was, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've actually seen the commercial before editing this. You get fed this glycery gravel or whatever it is, and then you end up having to shit it out in the toilet bowl. Then your shit gets scooped up, and then you're fed the shit that was in the toilet bowl that you've just shat out, and the cycle repeats itself over and over and over again. What a shit life. Obviously, no pun intended. And the worrying thing I found about this is what kind of kids are they going to grow up to be like? I'm talking about any kid that actually likes this toy or sees something in it where they will play with it on a frequent basis. What kind of people are they going to grow up to be? Are they going to grow up to be scat fetishists, which do not look that up, by the way? All of these disgusting, despicable behaviours that you hear about on the internet, they're probably going to get into solely because of this toy alone. And the worst part about that is there was also a spin-off toy to this called the Gotta Go Turtle, which doesn't have that good of a ring to it, and I don't even want to touch that with a wooden stick. Having a Gotta Go Flamingo was bad enough, and we didn't even need a turtle in our lives. We didn't even need the flamingo in our lives. But let's just move on to the next toy.
Yeah! Alright, poopsie slime surprise! My poops, my poops, my poop!
If this is a reminder of one thing, is that advertising and musical parodies are usually a thing that do not go well together at all. I have previously talked about this, and this is a fresh reminder as to why.
What you gonna do with all that poop? All that poop? Yeah.
What am I going to do with all that poop? Other than flush it, I think anything else that I would be doing with that poop, unless you were probably Gillian McKeith, you are a very, very disturbed person. But then Gillian McKeith is a person who literally has an obsession with inspecting other people's shit, so that's not even worth the time.
I'm a poop, 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 oh yeah! Gonna get loopy off my poopy!
I'm sorry, but gonna get loopy off of my poopy? How the flying is that supposed to work? What are you just gonna be hanging around the toilet bowl waiting for the fumes to go up into the air, for example, like... Ah! And the worst part about that is, somewhere in the world, somebody that likes doing that exists. and I don't even want to think about it. You know what, I literally have zero other words to even describe some of the lyrics and the content of this commercial, but let's just have a run through the absolute worst of it.
I drive my parents crazy. The poop I need every day. When you rock a poopsie, you just be pooping it all up. They got me wearing glitter. We could end up on Twitter, but we can keep on playing. 'Cause poop on is all I'm saying. Say my poop so shiny, my glitter slimy besties. Whenever we get down, we spend sparkly poop around. My poops, my poops, my poops, my sparkly glitter poop. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with all that poop? All that poop, whoop whoop.
If I find anyone in the toy industry, or any industry for the matter, that creates something like that, I'm going to track them down and beat their head until their head bursts open repeatedly while doing it with a steel chair. Now the commercial is supposedly for a electronic sing-along toy, but that was not the original. But let's just have a look at the original. I know that Philip Schofield's covered it on how to spend it well at Christmas, but I can't find the footage for my life where it is, so I'll probably have some on the screen now. So you feed it like a sort of glittery liquid mix, and then this happens.
Just have shimmer. Oh, that's quite dry. So what you have to do is you have to wash the shimmer down. This is going to take quite some time. Quite frankly, would your children actually be bothered to do this? Then you have to have unicorn food. Right, here you go. So that goes in her mouth. There you go, Poopsie. And then you press her tummy button. There she goes.
I'm sorry, but what is that? What the is that? Why does this unicorn have a heart-shaped asshole? Why? I don't know. I don't even want to know. Aside from wanting to know who and why even thought a toy like this would be a good idea, or what kind of appeal children would have to this kind of thing, what would the adult babies and the baby furs make of this? You know, those people who are into, you know, diapers and baby clothing and baby-related paraphernalia or whatnot. Actually, if you are an adult baby or a baby fur, I do actually want to hear what you make of this. I am curious myself. I've heard nothing but so many mixed things about the toy itself, mostly negative and questionable things, especially when people who review toys look so confused looking at stuff like this. And I've just run out of everything I could possibly say about Poopsie. Thank God for that. Okay, so we've had a flamingo that shits in the toilet that constantly gets fed its shit repeatedly. We've had a unicorn that poops glitter with the asshole in the shape of a heart. Surely they can't get any worse than that, right? Right?
Munchin' monkey wears a nappy, loves to swing, and is so happy.
Munchin' Monkey wears a nappy, loves to swing, and he's so happy. Well, we're off to a good start, aren't we?
Let's play. The dice says water.
Munchin' monkey, 1, 2, 3 is gonna pee.
Feed him a coconut.
When he's full, what will he do?
And when the nappy bursts, you've won.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what? Oh, my glasses are gone.
Yes, you won so much fun.
Munchin' Monkey from Ideal.
What was that? What the was that? I'll need some time to recover from that, please excuse me. Okay, now we're back in business, so where was I? What the flying who the flying thought this was a good idea, and why the flying did they even think of releasing a toy like this? I really don't know why that a lot of these toys involve these disgusting, despicable, gross, crass behaviour that kids obviously see something in them these days that we don't. And I know I sound old for saying it. They involve poo, wee, farting, burping, other types of bodily fluids, all of these disgusting things. My only guess is that they obviously deliberately feed the kids on stuff that's high in E numbers, and then they show it to them afterwards once they've kicked in. There's literally no other reason as to why stuff like this exists in the first place. Look, the thing is, I'm sick and tired of seeing all of these toys which involve piss, shit, farting and pissing, and I am sick and tired of somehow in some way the amount of people that are buying into this. And not only are they buying into this, by doing that they are financially encouraging these toys, and they're financially supporting them, and by doing this they're encouraging more of these disgusting toys to come out onto the market. To any parents that are watching this, I am begging for you, no matter what your child tells them to, please, for the love of God, do not buy into these toys. Do not buy them, no matter how much they cry, no matter how good they've been, under no conditions are you to buy these toys for your children, and you are not to buy them for any given reason, no matter whether that's for shits and giggles, or just because you're curious, or just because you want to make them for a video. Just don't do it, because I, for one, will not be doing this. And just in case anyone is wondering, no, I will not be buying any of these toys, even if it's just to make a video out of them, or just for shits and giggles, because if I buy them, I am encouraging stuff like this to come out onto the market, which is not something I really don't want to do. Kids need to use their imagination. We need some more creative and interactive toys that are coming out on the market. Thank God for stuff like that. I had so many stuff from K'NEX. I had a lot of electrical stuff for Christmas, a lot of electronics toys for Christmas that were interactive. They were toys that I could engage with. They were toys that I somehow learnt from. They were somehow toys that probably wouldn't get me in a position that I would be in the future. And to know that kids these days aren't asking for stuff that I did when I was a little kid, or maybe until I was in my teen years before that, I just find that really sad. I just find that really sad. So, with all that being said, this is pretty much where I'm going to wrap the video right here, because I've just run out of things to say for this one. I better save my sanity, to be fair. But anyway, so the next video you will see from me, I will have a little Christmas message, which will be released on Christmas Day. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and Merry Christmas. Mwah.